After an eternity of waiting, Wonderbox the Adventure Maker is finally out on Apple Arcade. Brought to you by Aquiris, today I present my review of this massive adventure game. I've been following Wonderbox for so long now, and I imagine most of you have too. Back when Apple Arcade was announced, Wonderbox was titled as Box Project, which I'm guessing was just a placeholder title. At the time, only 1 second of footage was teased, and from that I thought this was going to be a turn-based strategy game. Boy was I wrong. Wonderbox is a create-your-own-adventure type of game. You can play the campaign, create your own adventures, and try out others. Its format is similar to Little Big Planet. However, it also shares elements from classic Zelda games, Minecraft, and also some other classic 3D platformers. The campaign mode features 4 chapters, with a total of 33 levels, and more to come soon. Each chapter has a different setting and theme, from lush green environments, dangerous castles, a winter style, and so on. As you progress, you'll encounter more enemy variety, bosses, and new types of obstacles. There is a story here about an adventurer who goes out on quests to rid the world of goblins and enemies, or something on those lines. This story is just a classic good vs evil tale. It's not that fleshed out, and it's not really forced upon you like many other arcade games. It's there, but the game is just as fun if you don't feel like getting involved with the narrative. Instead, you can just focus on the gameplay. I've only reached level 5 of Campaign 3 so far, not because I don't like the campaign mode, but because I'm seriously addicted to the multiplayer aspect of this game. It provides the most in-depth player freedom and community aspects that I've seen on Apple Arcade. I love how from the main menu you can actually walk around your own little world and even customize it to your liking. When you're ready, at the touch of a button, there are different modes to jump into. While it's disappointing that you can't play with others in local multiplayer, be happy knowing there is a very active online community here. You can create your own level, or box, which is what they call it here, and share it with others. Put down heaps of items, different terrain, weapons, enemies, and characters. The animations of editing everything is just really fantastic, and the sound design really adds to the experience. Once you're ready to publish your box, give it a name, choose a category that represents your adventure, choose up to 3 tags that relate to this adventure, and publish it. I don't have the patience to make my own levels, so it's really fun to have a go at your creations. You can join a box alone or play with up to 3 other players via a random party, create party, or join party. Some cool levels I tried were Goblin Burrow by Yulin, which was a difficult brawling level and great to play with some friends. Save Mr. Grub by Awesome Nick 94 was a simple but challenging box about helping a little grub make it to the end of the stage. It's much harder than it looks. Mini Platform Fighter by Ez Money King was a tight brawling experience that is almost impossible to finish without a friend. Some creations are very basic, like this one, where you just have to open a door to reach the finish. Or here, you just have to jump down a tower to reach the end. Some levels are really funny, like this one, with just 2 grubs playing tennis, and that's it, it's just the same thing over and over. Some boxes are really fleshed out though, and have the quality of a stage by Aquiris. During the first weekend of the game's launch, you guys published over 2,000 adventures, and some levels show thousands of total plays. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to upload another video going over my favorite Wonderbox adventures made by you guys, so look out for that. Similar to Little Big Planet, after you complete an adventure, you can add it to your list so you can easily find it later, drop a like, or provide some feedback. You could put down very challenging, good fights, beautifully crafted, and so forth. I think in the future Aquiris should provide more feedback options and allow gamers to provide negative and constructive feedback. Or maybe you could use a rating system. I know you can manually report creations, but this would be an extra way to provide players with a warning before they play a certain box. I really hope Aquiris adds some emotes or give us some dialogue options in a later update too. This would make teamwork much more efficient. When you're lost on a stage or if someone is being a pest in your party, all this would really help. It doesn't have to be anything advanced, just like a little wave, nod, thumbs up or down, or maybe a speech bubble like, "Hey, over here." Then Aquiris could animate it so it's super cute and funny. At least now you can stand out with custom outfits. You can change your face, shirt and legs, and there are many different options. At first, you can't customize much of your character, but don't worry, as you will soon be able to unlock heaps of clothing items as you finish campaign levels. My favorite outfit is a combination of the warrior head, archaeologist torso, and cat legs. It's a look of an experienced traveler. The general controls here are great for platforming, engaging in combat, and interacting with objects. The clean UI adds to this with only a few on-screen buttons for different actions and items. That said, you'll want to play this game with either a controller on iPhone and iPad and Apple TV, or on Mac, a mouse and keyboard. If you play on an iPad, the game has input for keyboard and mouse. While the keyboard works great for moving around, jumping, attacking, throwing, and picking up items, mouse support is broken at this present time. You can zoom in and out with a trackpad or mouse, but the cursor doesn't appear, which makes interacting with the menu incredibly difficult, and you can't rotate the camera with your mouse. So I would not use this function at this present time. The touchscreen controls are as good as they can be, but they are awkward for panning the camera around to explore the corners of the dioramas, and pressing the on-screen buttons at the same time is a little awkward too. Plus, on iPhone, the touchscreen buttons are a little small. I'd like to see an option to allow users to set the size of these buttons on mobile devices. The game's performance is great for the most part. It's powered by Unreal Engine, and on most devices, the frame rate is stable and the graphics quality looks sharp. Sometimes textures take half a second to load in, although I don't imagine most of you will even notice it. On all platforms, you can change the performance mode under settings to battery saving, which locks the frame rate to 30, or high quality, where the game will try to target 60 FPS. The only device that had occasional frame rate drops was my MacBook Pro. The game doesn't let you change the resolution or any advanced graphics settings on Mac, so I imagine if this was included, the frame rate would be much more stable. There are also some connection issues at the moment. Sometimes players would lag all around the map, or would drop out of a party because they timed out, or I would be unable to find a party. Other times everything worked perfectly fine. I'm not sure if this is because I'm in Australia and the game is struggling to connect with people overseas. Anyway, I thought I would just mention that, especially if you're in Australia like me. Have you tried Wonderbox out yet? Have you been waiting for it since it was initially announced in early 2019, or when it became available for pre-order in October 2020? Also, what do you think of the game now that it's out? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe for more videos about Apple Arcade. Anyway, my name's Stewie, and thanks for watching.